open for business. It can be traded, it can be secured, it can act as a security. It is now a negotiable instrument beyond just being a negotiable instrument for the payee. Right. If the payee endorses the instrument, it now can be traded around, and that's why the endorsement on your note monetized the note. It wasn't monetized just by your signature on it, because your signature created a certain payee for the note. Okay? If the CFO of the bank didn't monetize it or endorse it, it couldn't be traded on the open market or act as a security for bonds being traded on the open market. Okay, so that's a form of monetization. That's not the only form, but it's the simplest form and relates to what we're talking about here.
Monetization could be taking place, I think, on most securities. Is that an hypothecation only takes place on physical objects or commodities?
Perhaps, because I know, well, would fractionalization be considered hypothecation?
No?
No? Okay.
Then
perhaps. That makes sense. Microphone in the back? Should be another one floating around back there. No, there's one right there too.
My credit card company lowered my limit. So does that amount go into an escrow account for 36 months?
You mean the original limit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whenever the limit changes, okay, a new security is created. Okay, so for instance, the original limit, let's say, was $10,000. There was a $10,000 security there, and then when they lowered it to $5,000, a new $5,000 security was out there. So if they lowered it in less than 3 years of creating the $10,000, there's now two securities, one for $5,000, one for $10,000. So they're holding $15,000.
Yeah, they've lowered it twice now in the past 2 months.
They are creating
No.
If it's not a different account number, it doesn't have to be a different account number. They can create. Yeah, it's just like that's like saying I need to create a new account every time I deposit a check. No, I can deposit multiple checks into that account. It's not going to change.
So if a credit card company gives you like a $10,000 limit, and then they lower it down to $5,000, you call them up and say, hey, why the hell did you do that? Can you raise it back up? And they raise it back to 10?
They just created another one.
That happened to me.
Did it really? They're probably hoping you call in and say raise it again. I heard American Express has been doing that a lot. Interesting.
Bank too recently, so
they're raising funds.
Yeah. Raising funds. So they're going to lower it, and then you call in and raise it. All right, no problem. They wait a couple months, they lower it again. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They get away with it, though.
Would that be the same for if you lost your credit card and then they issued you another one?
Yeah, a new security is going to be created. And in fact, a new account number is usually created on that. So now, in your own personal tracking, you have to track those as two different accounts with two different closing dates. Okay? So that's something you have to be mindful of when you're doing these 1099As and things like that. Like, let me give you an example. If I, at the beginning of the year in January, had a credit card account, and my credit card limit, or actually we'll leave the limit out of this one. Let's say my credit card account number is 123. Okay? And it's 123 for January, February, March, April, May. I lose it in May, and I call in and say, hey, I lost my card. So they issue a new card in June with a new account number, and we'll call this account number 456. Okay, so June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay? Now, if I were to do a 1099A and a 1099 OID on these accounts, we're talking about two separate A's and two separate OIDs. Okay? The A's for account 1, 2, 3, the closing date or the date of abandonment if I'm claiming the amounts charged on the account would be the last statement for May. So if my statement for 1, 2, 3 closed May 20th, May 20th is the closing date for this account. Did this account exist past May 20th? No. Okay? So then 456 begins May 21st, has a closing date of June 20th on the first statement, but the last statement is going to close on 12/20. Go ahead.
So if I am the one, so if someone stole my card and, charged it up for another month or so, and I didn't get that statement, and yet those charges are on there, hello, I might have to say the last charge that's on it to really close that account.
No, because there would be another statement if there was a charge after the 20th. They would send you a statement with the June 20th close date.
So the last statement
for this account is the closing date.
Even if I call it in stolen and they say, okay, we're going to...
If you call it in stolen, that's what's going to create the last statement. Otherwise, your last statement is going to be December 20th.
But if someone uses it who stole it...
They can't. If you report it as stolen, it's shut down. They can't use it. I mean, and if they do, it's not your liability. You called it in stolen. It shouldn't show up on anything. Okay, hold on. We're kind of getting off topic here. We want to go over Form 28, right? Okay. I don't want to get too much into credit cards and OIDs and A's. I know. Every conversation seems to go there. Okay. So, back to our affidavit of individual surety and our release of personal property from escrow. Okay? This is standard Form 28 affidavit of original surety. Okay. This is up here. There's a little box of instructions. I'm going to read these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read the actual instructions that come with the form. That's probably a good place to start. This is Form 28. Instructions. This comes with the GSA form. Okay, there's an actual instructions page. These are not IRS forms. These are GSA forms. Okay. Instructions. Individual sureties on bonds executed in connection with government contracts must complete and submit this form with the bond. The surety must have the completed form notarized. Give me an example of a government contract. Better yet, give me an example of a contract that's not a government contract. Everything is not a government contract? Everything just about is a government contract. A trust? A private trust? Yeah. What about a statutory trust? Possibly a government contract? Especially if it's between two U.S. citizens, which are government entities? Yeah. Or corporation, which is its existence is authorized by the government? That's a government contract. Okay? You'd be hard-pressed to find, I mean, realistically, the only time you don't have a government contract is a private agreement between two private people who are not relying on their U.S. citizenship for limited liability in the performance of that contract. So, basically, nothing. Yeah. Nothing you've done probably up until now has been a non-government contract. Just about everything falls into government contract because a U.S. citizen is a government entity, and if you're dependent on the limited liability of your U.S. citizenship, then you're performing in a government contract. Okay? Now that's important, okay? Because as we start to go through the rest of these forms, you're going to start to hear and see things that you're like, whoa, is that me? Do I qualify to fill out this form? Okay.
Number
Number
2.
No corporation, partnership, or other unincorporated association or firm as such is acceptable as an individual surety. No corporation, partnership, or other unincorporated association or firm. What's an example of an unincorporated association? A trust. Anything that's not a corporation or partnership, basically. An association is just what? Two or more coming together to do something? Unincorporated association? Originally, the United States was an incorporated, or the Union of States was an unincorporated association. Then they created the corporation through the Constitution. Okay. And then they created a federal corporation in the 1860s. So we could have loosely still been termed an unincorporated association up until the 1860s. Okay. So no corporation, partnership, or other unincorporated association or firm as such is acceptable as an individual surety. Likewise, members of a partnership are not acceptable as sureties on bonds that a partnership or an association or any co-partner or member thereof is the principal obligor. However, stockholders of corporate principals are acceptable provided A, their qualifications are independent of their stock holdings or financial interest therein, and B, the fact that the fact is expressed in the affidavit of justification. An individual surety will not include any financial interests and assets connected with the principal on the bond that this affidavit supports. That this affidavit supports. What's an affidavit of? Surety. What's a bond?
A bond,
Bond is a security. Actually, we didn't even go through bond. Bond. An obligation. A promise. A written promise to pay money or do some act if certain circumstances occur or a certain time elapse. A promise that, if defeasible, upon a condition subsequent, especially an instrument under seal, by which one, a public officer undertakes to pay some of money if he or she does not faithfully discharge the responsibility of office. Public officers have bonds? Do notaries have bonds? I don't know. They do? Process servers have bonds? Pretty sure. Bond and process server. Attorneys have bonds? Judges have bonds? Police officers have bonds?
Oh yeah.
Judges have big bonds. Especially those who oversee murder trials. They have some serious bonds. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollar bonds. I mean, think about the kind of liability you're taking on by convicting someone to death, possibly. Right? Yeah, courts got bonds. Bonds are, it's that. Yeah, statutes have bonds. There's, what's that? The clerk? Yeah, the clerk's got bonds. Each of the assistant clerks, the bailiff's got a bond. I mean, I don't think there's one public entity that doesn't have a bond. In fact, you just asked, does the defendant? Nope, that's why you're standing there. Okay? If you put up a bond, would you be representing the defendant? No, the bond would be. You'd be here. Discharge this defendant's liabilities. Because that's what their bonds do. You make claims against a judge. Is he going to jail? Probably not. Not unless you have a really big claim. Judge is just going to sit there. Go ahead. Make all the claims you want. I've got a $100 million bond behind me. Now, you liquidate on a public officer's bonds or public agent's bonds. they probably won't be a public agent or officer anymore, depending on the amount.